Shalom. Kohaloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. So I just wanted to talk about the elephant in the room. Everybody's already making videos on it. I'm just going to quickly give my 2 cents, but more specifically about what you see on the current screen, or from the still, I guess. Homeless in D.C. could face fines or jail time if they refuse shelter. And a law like this is exactly what a cruel Lord would do. And we're going to read that precept, Lord's will. But we make videos like this because a lot of people are able to speak on the same things. You have a microphone, you get a room, you can start a podcast, and you can run it up. You can talk about everything. But the prophets are sent because we're able to tie these things to the Bible. And by doing that, we're able to give a specific warning. We're able to deliver a very specific message, a message to where the elect is able to take heed and say, okay, now I understand what times we're living in. And because now I know what times we're living in, now I know what I need to do. I know how to prepare myself, which is spiritually. And that's what we always advocate for as well. This isn't about preparing yourselves physically or getting a whole bunch of weapons or making sure that you have enough money in your bank account to survive some kind of a recession or collapse. No, we advocate here, starting with our apostles of GMS on down, to prepare yourself spiritually by praying, by fasting, by repenting. That's all you have to do. So what we're going to do is play this video, and then, of course, we'll grab a few precepts, and Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect.
Will be given the option to leave their individuals, will be given the option to leave their encampment, to be taken to a homeless shelter, to be offered addiction or mental health services, and if they refuse, they will be susceptible to fines or to jail time. Again, these are pre-existing laws that are already on the books. They have not been enforced, which is part of the reason for this federalizing of the National Guard, to bring in this assistance for law enforcement. While we are targeting criminals and trying to remove criminals off of the streets, we also want to make DC safe and beautiful, and that involves removing mentally disturbed individuals in homeless encampments as well. Homeless individuals will be given the option to...
So I'm not going to play it again. It was very much straightforward. But from one end, it's okay, cool. You're trying to, quote unquote, help and get homeless individuals up off the streets. Then you add on and you say, if they refuse, they're going to be facing jail time and fines. Well, obviously, like a lot of people are saying in the comments, how do homeless people pay for fines? I mean, some homeless people, believe it or not, actually do have jobs. But for the most part, a fine. And then, okay, I don't want to go to a homeless shelter. And because I don't want to go to a homeless shelter, all of a sudden, I'm going to be treated like a criminal. And now you're throwing me in jail. So I'm not mentally ill. I don't want to go to a homeless shelter. So now you lock me up. You see, that's something that a cruel Lord would do. If he was I don't even want to use the word, a righteous Lord, but if he had some kind of sense to him, some kind of righteous bone or cell in his body, and I'm talking about Trump, then he would be striving to just help these individuals. A lot of these people are veterans. A lot of these homeless individuals are veterans, people that served in the military for your country. And now this is how they're being treated. If you either agree to what we're saying, you either agree to our assistance, or your ass is getting thrown in jail. It's one or the other. That's exactly what a cruel and fierce Lord would do. Why is this important? Because now we're tying this incident or this situation that's happening to the Bible so that you can understand who's ruling. and that an unrighteous people, a wicked people, is ruling this world right now. So we're going to read first, obviously, that precept, Isaiah 19, verse 4. It says, and the Egyptians, now this is talking about these Americans. America is the new modern day Egypt. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. And that cruel Lord is the one that's running Egypt or America, which is Trump, right? So-called running it. I use that phrase lightly. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Now, we believe that cruel Lord, once again, is Trump. And when you have policies like this coming out, it only further confirms what we believe to be already true. Now, when you look up that word cruel, the Hebrew word is quasha, and that's exactly what it means. Hard, cruel, severe. And that's a severe law. Obstinate, hard, difficult, fierce, intense, vehement, stubborn, rigorous. Yeah, that's exactly how you can describe that man, Trump, and this law that he came out with. Yeah, you served in the military, cool, and sure, you might got problems going on, but look, you either go to this, this homeless shelter, or we're throwing you in jail. We might just tack on a fine too, and somehow you got to pay it. Yeah, that's a severe, hard, cruel, stubborn individual. Now, the other thing as well, let me throw that out, is when you read the book of Revelation 13, it talks about two different beast systems, right? The first beast is referring to the Roman Empire. The second beast is referring to America. So now, when we read verse 11, it says, and I beheld another beast, America, coming up out of the earth, meaning it was being risen, it came into power. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now, a lamb is, it's peaceful. It's innocent, damn near docile. But there's a better word I'm thinking of. A lamb is harmless, right? They're not on the attack. And so that's how America, and specifically this political system here, is being ran, as if they're a lamb, right? But this lamb has two horns, right? And those two horns represent the two political parties, the two biggest ones, I'll say, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. And now what does this lamb do? It speaks as a dragon. So it's coming off as if we're peaceful, we're docile, we're for the people, we have your best interests at heart, we're harmless. But really, both of these two political parties, they're on the same animal. They're on the same team. They're not really fighting against each other. And what they're doing as a whole is speaking as a dragon. And a dragon is what? It's fierce. A dragon is fierce. It's cruel. It blows fire out of its mouth. You know, you hear a lamb in this, all right, you're not running, for your life when you hear the sound of a lamb. When you hear the sound of a dragon, all right, now it's time to lift your knees up. It's time to lift your knees up and work on your stride. And that's what we see coming out of the mouth of America. They're speaking as a dragon. Once again, this law is a perfect example. And of course, we don't even have to mention what's been happening with ICE. And now all of a sudden, Trump is federalizing DC. And he said it's going to happen to more cities as well. Now he's talking about Chicago, New York, and Baltimore as well. Yeah. Some more draconian, hardcore, cruel measures and laws are going to take place by the cruel Lord which is Trump. Trump is an Edomite. That's who rules the world right now. The Lord said he gave this place, the world, into the hands of the wicked. And the wicked is ruling, the Edomites. And that's your cruel Lord, an Edomite, Trump. So now that you know all of this, the other thing that you have to consider is that we're quickly approaching the time of Jacob's trouble. Read the book of Jeremiah 30 for that. Specifically just the first few verses, 6 or 7 verses. We're approaching that time right now quickly. And so our job is to prepare ourselves spiritually, knowing that the wicked are ruling and they're going to come down with great wrath. The only way to be prepared in that time is to repent, and the Lord got to be on your side. He got to be the one to protect you and keep you safe in that terrible time. So we'll end off with that precept, actually, because it's the previous chapter. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. And woe represents some kind of great destruction. It says, for the devil, and that's talking about Esau, Edom, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So these Edomites know that their kingdom is not going to last that much longer. They know it. World War III is coming. They already see things spiraling out of control. All right, they're going to do anything and everything that they can to make sure that they still have an empire that's running the world, that's ruling the entire world. And that means coming down with harsh measures. You either get down with what we're saying or, shoot, like Jake says in the world, you either get down or you lay down. And with Esau, getting down means you got to take that chip. You got to take the chip, which is the mark of the beast. You got to get down with his system. But if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing right now, if you're repenting, if you're fasting, if you're praying, then the Lord is going to put a spirit on you to resist that chip. He's going to make sure that you don't take it. He's going to make sure that you and your family are protected during this terrible time. He's going to make sure that you're fed, you and your family are fed. And then when World War III breaks out, Lord's will, he grants you, he grants me, our family and friends, close friends that treat us right? He grants us deliverance. He saves us in that terrible time when the missiles come. That's the whole point in all of this. You should be in this for salvation. You should be in this to get delivered when those missiles strike. So Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. Call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Rachak that belongs to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.